They're all individual subcontracted entities that are partnering together for the same customer. Instead of them competing for business, they're sharing the business. The insurance is going to pay everybody equally, or not equally, but reasonably. And the fact is that you as a client, you're going to get more services from one location, but you don't necessarily have to have 30 big businesses, because the bigger the business, the harder it is to manage. You need more people to run it. You need more people to manage the people who are running it, and then you've got to pay more attention to the numbers. But if you automate something, scale it up to a level where you remove yourself from it while it's generating its money, you can do one or two things. You can market for it to expand on it, or you can let it run at its specific scenario and then start up something else. We had the owner of Crestify come onto the show, and he is a website developer. He also develops branding and packaging for products. But he got those two scenarios partnered together because he started with his own business, Happy Oli Dog Food, to give his dog freeze dried snacks like pumpkins and stuff to that effect, pumpkins and sliced bananas. Now, to do the packaging for his own product, he's like, I could sell this service to somebody else. That started up another business. When he started putting his packaging on different types of, putting the branding on different types of packages, he started realizing, oh, I can work on um, creating packaging as well as branding for the client, which is yet another service. Then he was like, wait, I have to build my own website to advertise all of this stuff. I can help people build websites too. So he's got all of these things incorporated with one another, because if he needs it, he knows other people need it too. And then he just serves and sells the pain points that all people like him would need to be serviced. And now he's got at least two different standalone businesses that depend on each other. So yeah, and we cover stuff like that on a regular basis to help you guys think about all of the different ways that you could potentially think outside of the box, start up your own business, get yourself some work in. Because just like what was his game? Mr. Perfect was here yesterday, and he was talking about how he was working 20 hours a day for 2 years to build up the what he had 20 fourplex complexes under his belt, few $100,000 a month income. I mean, in order to get that way, you got to put in a lot of work, right? You're not going to be in a position where you're going to go from nothing to something by simply waiting on somebody else to give you a handout, you know. But if you find yourself in a position where you can fix your problem, where you're not in a financial strain, you have more capability to use your mindset to focus more on opportunities to make yourself more successful. And that's all the things that we try to talk to you about. Now, today we're going to be talking to you guys about better outfits. Y'all see me every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 on a leap year, and y'all will see me always either dress casual or full on suit. You won't see me with jeans and a t-shirt on. You won't see me with a throwback jersey on. You won't see me just kicking back like it is what it is. Because why? My entire wardrobe are suits, but at the end of the day, my image is the theme of that guy in a suit. It breaks a lot of stereotypes. So when you're trying to work on an outfit, you're trying to work on your image, you're trying to work on your style, because uh, uh, your persona does play heavy off of your look. And it's hard to be 100% unique with 4 billion plus people. And a lot of us are trend setting on extra super casual. So it's complicated to be original and still stand out in the crowd. For a lot of us, stereotyped as the average person isn't a good thing. So when you see an outfit like maybe this one, you probably think that it might be a few $100s, maybe even a couple $1,000, depending on what your observation is of what expensive looks like. because without seeing the name brand on the suit that the blazer goes to, you could assume guy typically looks sharp, probably carries hundreds of dollars worth of reasonably priced clothing, right? Honestly, that's what you want him to think. The entire fashion industry is built on a single powerful idea that quality has a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper is expected to be price. They show you some gorgeous ad with a celebrity in $1,000 blazer, and the message is crystal clear. This kind of style is only for a select few individuals. It's for the millionaire with a corner office or the trust fund kid vacationing in Europe. It's for the elite. But what if I told you that this entire look, the jacket, the shirt, the pants, costs less than one pair of designer jeans, costs less than a pair of Jordans? What if the feeling of luxury, that confidence that you get from a piece of clothing that fits perfectly, and a feeling of just being amazing isn't for sale at a crazy premium? What if it's actually a skill? This is a skill that you can learn right here, right now, today. For years, you've been caught up in a trap. On one side, you've got a designer brand with prices that are totally out of reach for normal person's budgets. On the other hand, there's the endless churn of fast fashion, clothes that are practically disposable, falling apart after a few washes. The patterns are gone, faded. Uh, any kind of print on it is peeling off, and it's never fitting quite right. It was either too baggy before you washed it, and now it's super tight, or it fit just right as soon as you bought it, but as soon as you tried to clean it one time, now it just doesn't fit. And just experiencing all of this will leave you feeling pretty cheap. It's this frustrating cycle of wanting to look your best, but feeling like the tools are locked in a vault that you just don't have the key to. So tonight's show is going to be one of the keys to that. And you got to make sure that you look at the other shows that we were watching or that we created last Saturday and the week before that, because we had given you the 7 tools that you could utilize to get yourself $1 million wardrobe or $1 million look without having to spend so much money. And then we also last week gave you a 30-day plan on how to reorganize your closet piece by piece, removing the articles of clothing out of your closet that is not compatible with your current desire for style, and then factoring in little by little on a minute budget the ability to improve and enhance your designer style, not by getting designer clothes, but by you creating your own personal image with the clothes that you select. You guys got to understand that it is a system that the most stylish people in the world would use. And this is going to be a hidden system that's going to help you finding real name brand quality without the insane price tags. And these people who use this build incredible wardrobes. So this isn't just going out and spending a bunch of money on a Steve Harvey collection. He's a very sharp man. And this definitely isn't about finding cheap knockoffs or chasing fleeting trends. This is about a fundamental shift in how you look at clothes altogether. It's about proving that true quality comes down to where you hunt and what you're hunting for, not how much you spend. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. So, what is this hidden system? It's not some magic trick or a secret website by far. It is a 4-part philosophy that once you get it will permanently change the way you shop. It is going to empower you to walk right past the flashy logos and inflated prices and spot true lasting quality, seemingly for the fraction of the cost of the overly populated, overrated outfits. You're going to become a smarter shopper, an insider who knows the game. This whole system is built on four pillars, four secrets that we're going to break down today, piece by piece. Secret number one, and one of the most important, you have to become a fabric and construction detective. You'll learn to spot high quality materials, not by the brand name or any label, but by how they actually feel and perform. You'll learn what makes a piece of clothing last a lifetime versus falling apart in an individual season. Secret number two is all about mastering the sourcing game. So I'm going to give you a multi level strategy for where to actually find these quality pieces. And we'll cover everything from ground game of off price retail and online outlets to treasure hunts of the secondhand market and even the direct to consumer brands that are rewriting the rules of luxury. Secret number three is going to be a set of non negotiable rules that you need to apply to every single thing that you think about buying. This includes the ironclad three outfit test, the absolute importance of the perfect outfit, and the strategic power of neutral color palettes. Now, these rules will save you from making expensive mistakes and making sure that every piece you buy is a wardrobe a success story. And it's going to be a workhorse in your wardrobe, not something that you're going to get that's only a situational outfit. One of the most frustrating things that we can do in life is when we go and buy something that can only go with X, Y, and Z item. So this pair of shoes has to have this pair of pants, has to have this shirt. And if that shirt's not clean, I can't wear anything else. If those pants are wrinkled when I get ready to go, I can't wear anything else. If the shoes are damaged and I can't wear them anymore, the pants and the shirt is out the window, that is not beneficial to you. Your Michael. All right. Oh, I'm just for the sake of the ironclad, bro. Ain't nothing for sale at the morgue. If you go to the funeral home, they might have some stuff, but it's not for sale. And typically, the family of the person brings it up there. I mean, the I'd have seen some videos where like the morticians are talking about how they like cut up the outfit and stuff to make it fit on a dead person. And I don't really think that if you even if I was to say, you know what, that's like a pro level hack to go and get your Versace outfit off a dead person. The fact is that if they didn't cut it up, you're not even gonna be able to wear it right. You know what I mean? It just threw me through a loop. But when you said shop at the morgue, it's like, well, the previous owner is not gonna complain. Eric said if someone wants to be a minimalist and maybe switch out their entire wardrobe every year, how many individual pieces of clothing is that? I remember a movie with Ryan Gosling or Gosling, and he's mentioned 16 items. I actually gave you last Saturday the ability to acquire, I believe, 7 items because you would have had three pairs of pants, four shirts, one pair of shoes, at least. Well, you would get a packet of socks and a packet of underwear, and a packet of undershirts. So technically, when you start including those, it's going to be more than 16 items. But as far as like your outerwear, you've got three pairs of pants, four um, dress shirts like this, and then one bomber jacket, one sport coat, and then one dress suit, and that would be 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. Um, just to get started. Uh, if you're trying to, and if you do it the way I told you last Saturday, so you got to watch last Saturday's video, and we give a whole walk down of it, which would, oh look, if you well we're not counting the same jacket twice, but if you get one jacket that is a reversible jacket, it's a dual purpose scenario. So if you get one jacket that's reversible, and you have one jacket that's for casual wear, and you have one jacket that's for like cold weather or professionalism, something like that, you really only need like three types of jackets, and then you have like four shirts and three pairs of pants. And if you're getting them in all neutral colors, you can accumulate approximately 72 different outfits out of those seven to 10 items. Now, when it comes down to the fact that we usually wear something once and then throw it into the washing machine, one of the things that was tipped off was things like jeans and cardigans and stuff to that effect. When you have like jeans, instead of having your jeans become faded because you wash them so regularly that you're only supposed to wash them when they're stained or really observed as dirty. Now, I know what you're thinking when you observe when you hear that, you're going to be observing the fact that, well, what if you took them off and the crotch stinks? Wash them. But if you only put it on for a short period of time and you didn't stain it, there isn't an odor coming from it, it's delicately used, it can be a reworn kind of situation. You put it aside and then you wear it again. Now, not too many people are used to doing stuff like that. And when you start thinking about the fact that I'm only going to wear it once and then I'm going to put it into the washing machine, you're going to be buying darker colored clothes first and foremost, because of the frequent washing is going to take out all of the excess color out of the clothes. And then if you're getting dark colored clothes, you don't have to worry about them bleeding onto your whites, because any type of anything that'll turn your white shirt blue. So you just have a large closet of dark color clothes, and you can just wash them as often as you like. Now, if you're wearing everything once, having 16 items, depending on how you divide those up, might be enough. But if you need like 2 weeks worth of clothes, that means that you're going to need like 14 shirts, 14 pairs of pants, at least two pairs of shoes, one for professional and one for casual, three pairs of shoes if you're going to wear a different pair of shoes in the house, and then you're going to need like 14 pairs of underwear and 14 pairs of socks and 14 undershirts, and then mix and match them all. And that allows you to do laundry every other week. And if you did 15 outfits so that you have something to wear for laundry day, I mean, that's one thing that a lot of people do. Uh, but that's actually a pretty good movie with the ability to have like 16 different items to make like anything. But we have that budget on the show from Saturday, and you could probably get it done with less than $100 a month or less, to just change out the things that you don't need in your closet, like the stuff that's torn and everything to that effect, and replace that. So if you get rid of a pair of pants, you buy a pair of pants. You get rid of a shirt, you buy a shirt. And that lets you know what things that you need when you go to the store. Likewise, you also have the understanding that if you're um, changing your image, where you used to wear street clothes, athletic gear when you were younger. Now you're more mature in your 30s, early 40s, or whatever, and you decide that you want to start looking more professional. You want to get rid of all of your street clothes and start grabbing you more suits. Even though your clothes are not, they should not be thrown in the trash. You could either sell them, garage sale, or donate them, and then repurpose them, which allows for clothes that can be reworn again to go to somebody else. But the clothes that are damaged or destroyed, you can just throw them in the trash. But every time you remove something out of your closet, you replace it with your new image. Any clothes that meet your expectations that are slightly damaged but can be tailored, where they don't have stains but they might be missing a button or a zipper or something to that effect. You could take it to a tailor and have them patch it instead of you throwing it in the trash simply because it's missing a button. And then after you've patched up any clothes that are worth patching up, all you have left is the new clothes that you buy. Now, just like what our parents used to do when we were kids, the new clothes or your important clothes, the old clothes are closer to play clothes. So you're going to want to intertwine your quality. And I know you're going to want to wear your newer stuff more often, but you're going to want to intertwine your quality with one another so that you're not wearing the same shirt 3 times in a month. If you have the capabilities of putting on more than one, or putting on one a week, something like that. So as you expand on your wardrobe, which is kind of what we're going to be talking about today, you would be able to do a lot more things. But just getting started, when all you got is throwback jerseys and basketball shorts, and you're working your way up to your first suit and working your way up to your first professional outfit, you're probably going to have around about 16. Eric said, and then have your maid or dry cleaners launder them every week. Now, that's going to be one of the benefits of having a larger wardrobe. Instead of spending a larger quantity of money to have a dry cleaner company launder the same outfit every single week, if you have 30 outfits, your dry cleaner only has to do it once a month, which also means that you wear it until it needs to be cleaned. You drop it off at the dry cleaner, and then you pick it up when you have the money to pick it up. If you've got 30 outfits, you're not in a rush to go back to the dry cleaner. They're holding your clothes as collateral. There's going to be a policy on there where you got to come and pick it up within a certain quantity of days. But outside of that policy, there's the capabilities of you bringing stuff off. And if you're a frequent customer, where let's say that you go there every other week, you drop off a few items, you pick up a few items, you can work it out like that. You can have 21 days worth of clothes and drop off 7 days worth of clothes once a week and pick it up every other week, where you can maintain at least 7 days worth of clothes while your stuff is at the cleaners. But yeah, that is a good way to go. Having a maid at the house that'll do it, that'll save you a lot more money, because while they're cleaning up the rest of the house, they're doing your laundry. You just got to make sure that in that scenario, you're getting clothes that are machine washable, not dry clean only. So, because dry cleaner per item is going to cost more than putting everything into a large washing machine. So, we just got to take that into consideration. Now, the final thing we're going to be talking about is going to be the secret number 4. And this is going to be the final polish as we get through tonight's show. So we just got started. This is going to be the step that most people skip a lot of times when trying to get their best attire. And this is going to be the one that takes a good value find and makes it look like a bespoke masterpiece. And this is the power of that good tailor, since we just finished talking about that tailor. Michael said 2 to 5 days is typical wear before washing. Well, 2 to 5 days or 2 to 5 attempts, either way. Because if you wash it every other time you put it on, and you only wear it once a week, then you're washing it every other week or every third week, something to that effect. And if you have enough clothes to cycle them out like that, then yeah, you have the ability to wash them less, which preserves them longer. And that's one of the things that we were recommending in last Saturday's show. Now, by the end of tonight's show, you won't just have a list of tips. You will have a whole new playbook for building a wardrobe that looks and feels like $1 million on a budget that is firmly planted in reality. So let's get into it. Before we can even start talking about fabric and brands, we need to get a core styling principle down that makes clothes look intentional and expensive. And it is going to be called that third piece rule. This is the secret weapon stylists and fashion designers use to instantly take any outfit from basic to brilliant. And the rule is devastatingly simple. Your first piece is your top, a t-shirt, a button down, or a polo. Your second piece is your bottom, jeans, chinos, trousers. Most guys stop right there. They put it on, grab the shirt, grab the pants, look in the mirror, and figure they're dressed. But in the world of style, one plus one doesn't equal a great outfit. It just equals being clothed. When you only wear two pieces, your outfit can look flat, and there's no depth, no frame, and no story there. Michael says, I love my friends. They wash my laundry and even fold it. I keep telling her I can do it. Sweatpants and a t-shirt. No, sir. We're talking about dress pants. We're talking about jeans. We're talking about chinos. We're talking about when we talk about shirts, we're talking about polos. We're talking about button downs. We're talking about carnigans. We're talking about, something that didn't come out of a pack of Fruit of Balloons. We're talking about a lot more than the average low grade casual wear that the average American is has been accustomed to. The magic is going to happen when you add the third piece, though. The third piece is the layer that goes over your base. It is your sport coat, your bomber jacket, a vest, a cardigan, a structured overshirt. Heck, even a scarf can count, right? Nice wear. Yeah. I actually was been on the show for 40 minutes and I realized, oh snap, I put this together real nice today. I wasn't trying that. My goal when I got this on was to put on something different. That's all it was, just to put on something different. He said Sunday Church West. Well, it that's not really like Kanye West, but it's kind of it's like the Sunday best, your church clothes. That's kind of if you're wearing your Sunday best, you know that you're above average. But if you rolled out of bed and just put some stuff on, you know that you got some clothes on. You're not your best and not, oh yeah, church wear. Yeah, you know your best, but you're not really like wearing your best. And in that dynamic, if you are willing to walk outside less than your best self, then you are doing yourself a disservice. And that's one of the reasons why when I changed my image back in 2013, I changed my entire wardrobe. So all I have are dress clothes, which means that even on my worst day, I can't help it but to put on something that looks like dress clothes because that's all I got. If I piece it together with the right shoes, and I got all my shoes are dress shoes, I piece it together, I'm ready for church, I'm ready for court, I'm ready for a wedding, I'm ready for a funeral, I'm ready for the Grammys, I'm ready. Eric says if you find a pair of pants that just fits you really wear and looks good, should you just buy multiple of that same pants, different colors maybe? That depends on the price. However, nowadays they're actually starting to come out with, and I actually found some on Temu. Didn't really cost that much. I think it was like $25 for a pair of pants, but they were like the stretchy pants with the wool interior that works for the wintertime. And because it's a stretchy pants, it was a size 35. Well, no, yeah, it's a size 35. So in between sizes, because you and I both know that a lot of times men's sizes are even numbers. So you go from 34 to 36. It's either too tight or too baggy if you're in between sizes. So usually what they recommend is that you get yourself a 36 and get you a tailor. And what most people do is they'll get themselves a 36 and then grab them a belt. And when you put that belt on, that inch and a half of space between what fits and what's too baggy curls up under the belt. Now, what we typically do as men is we try to move that curl back towards the back of our attire and then have our shirt kind of hang over it and hope that nobody sees. But as we move around, we sometimes see our pants, or other people will see it because we can't look back there. We see our pants buckle. In order for you to have a tight fit all the way around you, it has to be the exact size. And if you get something smaller, just and then force yourself to be in it, you don't just have the concern of putting stress on the belt or putting stress on the button, where you're popping your button and bursting your fly or ripping the seam of your pants. You also have the problem that you're putting stress on your gut, and that's going to cause you to have health issues. It's gonna make complications with digesting food, which can lead you with constipation and diarrhea, and it's just not going to go over well. And then if you're going somewhere to eat where your stomach size could potentially enlarge as you're digesting your food at the dinner table, now you're one of those people that has to release your belt to let your stomach breathe so that you can finish your plate, which makes you look overweight. It makes you look greedy. It paints a bad image of you. So to answer your question, if you can afford it and the price of the item is reasonable and you found something, because the first thing you're paying attention to is the fit. If you found it and it fits, then you check the price. If it's reasonably priced, you get it. One of the things we're going to be talking about today is that if you found an item from a clothing store that sells this item on a regular basis, it fits, but it's a little expensive right now. You don't have to get it today. You can come back periodically, and when the price drops on that item and it goes on clearance, it goes on a sale, because they have a sale every season. You're going to have the tax season sales. You had your after Christmas sales. You're going to have your Mother's Day sales. When Father's Day is coming up, everything that belongs to men, the clothes will go on sale sometimes, and you'll be able to go get you some clothes on sale. You have summer sale where the winter outfits are going on sale because nobody wants them. You have the fall sale where the summer clothes go on sale because nobody wants them. The winter sale where the fall stuff go on sale because nobody wants them. All the way around. So all you have to do is buy your outfits out of season. So if you find a pair of pants and it fits and it's cheap, it's affordable, you get it. If you find a pair of pants that's expensive, come back when it goes on clearance and then buy it. Because you can still have that $200 pair of pants when it went down to $50, as opposed to buying a pair of pants for $200. But you can also have $100 pair of pants that got reduced to $25, and now you're getting Walmart price clothes from Nordstrom's, which is completely different. And the moment that you find $100 pair of pants that there's like 8 of them there, and they're reduced price, and now they're priced at $25, because you got to understand, women shop for women, and good women might shop for their man, but no man shops for himself. So when men's clothes go on sale, the only person gonna come get it is you. So if you see 8 pairs of pants there at $25 a piece, where the original price was $100, get them all. And if you can, like you said, get them in different colors. But you don't have to get them in different colors if you're getting neutral colors, black, beige, burgundy, gray, dark color pants, olive color, dark color pants, right? Neutral, dark, neutral colors, and you'll be able to flex with all of the other outfits that you're trying to mesh with, because neutral colors are easy to mix and match. Like I said, my friend's wife passed. I sent him a sympathy card. Sorry for your wife's passing. I didn't know at the time it meant lots of laughs. I thought it meant lots of love. Ah! Boy, I felt dumb. Look, man, if my friend's wife would have passed, I would have sent him a bottle of champagne and said, "Congratulations, you're free." you you got on probation the hard way, brother. You're efficient like me. I only wear neutral colors, no shirts, either designs. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Before I cover this topic, I was doing it this way because I don't have a sense of style. I created my own style based on the fact that I wanted to break stereotypes. Growing up in the '80s, being really good tan, there's this social stigma that Average height, African American male with a white t-shirt on, blue jeans, and any kind of shoes on was a suspect of every crime that ever happened in the neighborhood. So what would happen is anybody outside is a suspect because you went outside, not because you did anything. Now, I started wearing suits because the description of the average suspect is a regular t-shirt, a regular Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, a regular pair of jeans, whether it's white or whether it's blue jeans, black jeans, it doesn't matter, jeans, and then sneakers. That's everybody, right? Now, if I'm the only guy with a good tan in the area in a three-piece suit, I don't match the description. So I started wearing suits. Now, here's the shift of it is I wasn't color coordinated back in the day. So what I did was talk to a few of the girls that I was talking to in school. They were telling me about how neutral colors go with anything. I started grabbing a bunch of neutral colors because if they go with anything, I can take anything and mix it with anything, and I'm not screwing up the color. I'm not clashing colors. You know, light colored clothes at the top, dark colored clothes at the bottom. Um, that's pretty much the only thing I made sure I did. If I had salmon or pastel or something like that at the top, I would have dark red or burgundy or maroon at the bottom. That's the only thing. And then the shoes match the outfit. The If it was the exact same color, I would have trims match up and stuff to that effect. So I started becoming efficient with the neutrality because I don't want to do it wrong without having the guidance of doing it right. And then it turns out that my intent was actually the best thing for me. So I stumbled into it. And now that I've done enough research about it, now I can tell y'all I was doing it the right way blind, but I'm telling you the right way to do it now. Is that if you are short, no horizontal stripes, makes you look smaller. Yeah, Michael said that before. So, first of all, you don't want to have horizontal stripes because we have been conditioned to see horizontal stripes and be able to judge a person's height. So, yes, Michael's telling you straight up, horizontal stripes will make you look your height. If you're short, they'll identify you as short. You're 8 lines tall, buddy. You're short. It is what it is. And then vertical lines, for women that don't have hourglass figures, it'll make you look fat if they're going the other way. Um, and that's why you see like my tie, the stripes are going in a diagonal pattern, and then I have the two tone vertically. And ironically, with this, I actually bought this suit one year when I decided to create my Harvey Dent look because I had I have a two-tone blazer. I had the I have a choice between a white blazer and a black blazer, white pants and a pair of black pants, and I can either do the white shirt or the black shirt, and then I would go back in and um, mix and match those up and kind of do that split down the middle. The only thing I didn't do was one white shoe and one black shoe, but that's what I was out there doing. You said being fit is a style and will always speak more than your clothes. That's true. So getting some exercise and improving your physique is actually part of maintaining your look. So if you get some exercise, you can adjust how your clothes fit on you because like the shirt's not as big as I or not as tight as I want it to be. If I work out my arms, I could probably get a little bit buffer. If I want the shirts to reflect my pectorials a little bit better, go to the gym and work out some chest. You know what I mean? If I want my stomach to not hang out so much on my clothes, I go to the gym. I work on my stomach area, right? What colors qualify as neutral colors? I covered that on last Saturday's show, but I don't know if you saw it or you probably forgot. But again, one more time, we have, and I'm going to go through it again on the show today. We just got in it. We're like 16 pages into 101 pages. So you got a lot of stuff. Yes, Michael, I went reversible with this one. But for starters, you've got black, gray, and all dark colors, brown, navy, olive. So instead of green, you want to get a dark green, olive color green, like a forest green, something like that. Black, gray. You don't want to get white as pants. You can get one white t-shirt, or you can get a handful of white t-shirts if you want to, but white is harder to not get stained. So uh black, gray, dark blue, navy blue, midnight blue, anything dark colored. Sky blue is good for a shirt, um, uh, but not for like pants and stuff. Brown, tan, khaki. Um, so those are like just to cover with a few. But you're not grabbing yellow. You're not grabbing pink. You can do like pink or yellow as a shirt, but not for pants. You can do red for a suit, but we also understand that in certain cities and certain states that when you wear all red, you start asking for a lot of trouble. So if you're going to wear all red in certain cities and certain states, you might want to partner that all red with some blue too. And blue shirt, red pants, red blazer, blue vest, something like that. Or if you have the blue shirt, red vest, blue blazer, red pants, blue socks, black shoes. You can do some stuff like that. That way they look at you and they're like, yeah, I ain't gonna mess with that guy. But if you all red in certain areas or all blue in certain areas, your suit could get you in some trouble. You just got to be careful with that. Navy and olive color, love these colors. Yes. Um, uh, you really want to get the ones that can go with anything. And like I said before, if from the neck down, you want to have like lighter colors at the top and darker colors at the bottom if you're going to be doing shading. You don't want your below the waist brighter than your above the waist, because the goal is to have people look you in the face. So people are going to be attracted to color. So the brighter the colors are, that's going to probably be where they look at, right? So you want to have your darker colors below the waist and your lighter colors above the waist, even if it's a navy blue or a dark blue on your pants, and then it's like a light blue, pastel blue, something to that effect, satin blue, something like that on and it's two different shades of blue, right? You can do that. Red mango cap. Oh, you can. So that red mega cap, you can match that with because that's red and white. You can match that with a Coca-Cola suit or an Olympic gold medalist suit. Kurt freaking Angle. If you're gonna be, and the reason why I joke about that is because a baseball cap. If it would have been a fedora, if he would have had a red mega fedora, then it probably could. You could probably rock it with a suit, but it's a baseball cap. A baseball cap is a no go for this type of attire. You're not the coach of little league, okay? You call yourself trying to go out on a date or swing some shit like that, and you got a baseball cap on. You know what I mean? You're not Jason Bourne. You can't pull that shit off. Like John Cena might be able to pull that shit off in the Marine, but fuck, we're not in the movies. You baseball cap a suit, and you will look like trash. Yeah, taking a stick to the bull. Lighter at the top. That's a good rule. Yeah, and it just dawned on me just now. Lighter at the top, darker at the bottom, because I mean you want people to pay attention to up here. You know what I mean? Um, and Eric, you think about this real quick. Imagine a woman, and then imagine a woman with some light blue leggings and a black shirt. As I said that, all men thought of a woman with a tight ass in some tight pants, not caring about what the top looked like. Why? Because the lighter colors were below the waist and the darker colors are above the waist. You couldn't imagine the cup size because it's all black. But if you would have flipped that, you're imagining a girl with a tight top, decent sized rack, not really caring about the bottom because you can't really see it as much. Your visualization is going to go different. He said lighter at the bottom might be good. It's good for us, and women do that. They do the women do darker colors in areas that they don't want you to see, and lighter colors in areas that they want you to pay attention to, because the brighter colors will draw your attention. And that's why I'm saying for men, we want to do lighter colors to closer to our face and darker colors closer to our feet because we don't want anybody looking at our feet. Yeah, you can have stylish shoes, but if your shoes are so stand out ish in your outfit that they are looking at your feet, you failed because you want them to make eye contact with you, even if you're looking at their forehead. You want them to make eye contact with you and pay attention to the words that's coming out of your mouth. So they're looking at your feet, they're not paying attention to you, right? Like I said, I'll be honest. The best. Oh, the vest doesn't go with your style. It um. This is part of it. It's hot. I don't have the ceiling fan on, and I'm not about to get up and go turn it on. This would go with a black blazer over the vest. So the way this would work, having the white shirt, black and white tie, black and white vest, and then a black blazer on it with some black pants and some black shoes, or black pants and white shoes, ironically, coupled with a white belt to match the shoes, that would give the two-tone outfit look where it would be right in line with a nice style. The hot pink leggings, right? So hot pink leggings. That and what you're thinking about is the shadowing because of the lighter colors. Exactly. Oh, it's good for here. Now, this isn't when we're talking about things like you could throw on a scarf and stuff to that effect. We're not talking about because you can do that too when you're adding on these accessories. This isn't really about warmth or function. It is about composition when you're adding accents to your attire. So think of it like a room in a house. The couch and the table are necessary, but the room doesn't feel finished until you hang some art on the walls or put down a rug. The art is that third piece. So everything ties itself together and signals that the space was designed with intent. So me putting on pants, shirt, and a tie isn't always enough. Sometimes throwing on a vest or a blazer that brings everything together actually puts that third piece on and shows that this was done with intent. If it's an attractive woman that shaped well, show everything. Well, an attractive woman that is modest, you won't see her shape because she will wear the clothes in a fashion where everything blends together and she has kind of a boxy look outside of maybe she might have a bigger butt or she might have a bigger top that can't be um, covered up modestly. However, a woman that wears skin tight clothes, doesn't matter what she wears, her figure will be seen through the skin tight clothes. But women who want to be respected for who they are and what they do, not how they look, are not aiming for the right thing if they're showing off their crotch area. We could see the camel toe, we can see the cheeks separated. They're now making the clothes with the stitching in a fashion where it forces the butt cheeks apart so that when they walk, you can see the separate butt cheeks because that look is idealized by men as excessively attractive. And women who don't have that big of a butt want to give the visualization that as tiny as they are, that they still have a nice butt. So they put on specific clothes that emphasizes certain features, but that is overly sexualizing themselves. And that's not what they're supposed to do, right? He said, your style looks like a burgundy maroon polo. Yes, these colors are the kind of colors that I would normally wear. Everything behind me are shades of colors that you would normally see me wear. I've got a suit that looks this color. I got a suit that looks that color. I've got two that look like these over here. I was wearing a shirt that was the color of this couch the other day. I got a color that matches that green stripe there. I got a shirt that matches that red stripe over there. Yes, these colors in the background. I actually got, I think, a jacket that matches the color of the wall behind me. If you're watching me on the 16 by 9 version, yes, yes, this entire backdrop is ironically the style that I deal with. I also can do not just burgundy maroon. I can also do the light tans and hints of yellow in it just because of my facial complexion. He said if she active, she asks what else you got in the closet. Nothing else, just suits. I have winter shoes that I wear to take the dog out, and then got some slides to walk around the house with, and then about 12 different pairs of dress shoes. So no sneakers, no Crocs, just all dress shoes. So I'm not going to play basketball. I have some high top boots that I can wear for the expectation of walking through deep snow, and I could potentially pull that off with wearing those types of shoes in the gym. But I have some work boots, some steel toe work boots. So besides dress shoes, I have steel toe work boots. So if a female comes and looks in my closet, she's like, golly. But when she looks at a closet full of blazers, what she's gonna think is success. This guy's got something somewhere because he's got a closet full of suits. Women love to dress their men. Yes, they do. Yes, they a good woman does. And the good women back in the day used to dress their men. Nowadays, the women expect the man to come ready for whatever. But it also a funny thing, a woman shows you how much she's attracted to you when y'all start dating if she changes the way she dresses to start matching your style. So let's say you found a chick, you were talking to her, she kind of hot. She was kind of wearing a little bit of a scantily clad outfit for that night, being a single girl. Yeah, I got your attention. You okay with that? Y'all start dating, and then she changed from looking like a 304 to looking like a librarian. Her outfit matches your outfit. She goes from looking like a chick from one of them rap videos to looking like a politician's wife. She matches your appearance. In those situations, she's showing you that she really values who you are and she values your image by matching your attire. Now, not a lot of women want a man to tell them that. I wear whatever I want, but look, he's supposed to represent you and you're supposed to represent him. So you're not supposed to make him look bad and you're supposed to have enough value in yourself to not allow him to make you look bad. Plain and simple. Where can I get your written content in the membership? Steven can verify. You get a post every day. The all of the everything that I write down, I put it into. I can actually put today's 101 page script directly into the membership. But I create all of the content by hand myself. I use a little bit of AI. I'm not gonna lie. We have vidIQ, we have Opus Clip, we have a lot of stuff that aids me in doing mass quantities of work by myself in less time. But it is created for the show, right before the show. So I don't have a bunch of URLs anywhere for all of the collaborated evidence that I've gotten to put this show together. So I've got the curated script that I have, all of the whole written content that I put together, and then I drop that into the membership if you want me to, and then you can go ahead and read it from there, or copy and paste it. Either try to dress on. Yep, that's exactly what I'll do. Then hit me with the lipstick, and then I'm gonna grab a basketball and say, Dennis Rodman. That's right, y'all. Not just like and subscribe. Y'all remember to hit those reaction buttons and show the algorithm that y'all are really benefiting from the show. No, actually, there should be a link in the description section for the my actual membership for this channel. And in my channel's membership, where Steve is, you will see everything that's came out over the last month. And then you want this script from today, I'll put that in there. And if you want last Saturday and the Saturday before that, I'll put those in there today as well after tonight's show. And then all of the other information that I put down to help you guys understand where y'all need to be at financially because I got to put some updates for gold, silver, and plutonium up there. All the stock trades for, well, I should have all the stock trades for March up there, but the stock trades for April that we're going to be following, and then any other content information that I wanted to give you guys, such as how to set up LLCs, how to set up trust, um, and any other thing that we were going to be doing. Uh, this is I'm your host Xander. This is it's usually oh no, well that's because we always got banners up here. There it is, Xander. Yeah, for this and that podcast. So if that's public, you're you're not gonna really find this and that podcast. You would have to really put, this, that, and everything in between into YouTube a lot of the times to be like, oh, dip, there it is. Uh, but beyond that, you're not going to be able to Google Xander and find out what's going on. No, you're not going to find that. Moving forward, now one deeper level is that if I run into you again, I'll subscribe to the membership. Well, if you keep scrolling, if you keep scrolling, you'll find me again because I'm going to be here for another couple of hours because we're an hour and 10 minutes into the show and I'm only on page 17 and I got 101 pages to go through today, so I'm going to be here for a while. If you keep scrolling, that means you subscribing today. But if you're getting off and coming back tomorrow, then I'll see you tomorrow and you can jump in tomorrow. That's where we are. But I appreciate you stopping by if you're on your way out. But I'm about to give you guys the scoop and the skinny on 3 stages of how to build this situation up. Because we already gave you the rundown on how to get the about how to get the wardrobe set up, and now we're talking about enhancing it. So on a deeper level, that third piece that we've been talking about, it does 3 powerful things. First, it's going to create visual interest and dimensions. It's going to make a simple outfit suddenly compelling. Second, it frames your torso. So for a man, adding a jacket or even a vest creates a more powerful V shape by broadening the shoulders and slimming the waist. It's just added structure and authority. A t-shirt and jeans is just casual, but add a well-fitted navy blazer, suddenly you look like you own the place that you're standing in. That's the power of the third piece. Third, and this is crucial for our mission, it signals effort. It tells people that you didn't just roll out of bed and grab whatever was on the floor. You actively constructed a look. You care about how you present yourself. That single signal of intentionality is subconsciously read by others as confidence, competence, and sophistication. It's a core part of that quiet luxury vibe. It's not about screaming with a logo, but about communicating quality through thoughtful layers and textures. So let's make this real. Imagine a simple base, a crisp white t shirt, a pair of dark wash jeans, a perfectly fine but totally forgettable outfit, right? Now, let's apply a third piece rule. Add a lightweight bomber jacket. Instantly looks like you have an edge. The cooler, more modern look, right? Now, swap the bomber jacket for an unstructured navy blazer. The same t shirt and jeans are now smart enough for a creative office or a first date. Effortless sophistication. You would be in a scenario where you could have gone from hanging out with the fellas to going back into the office by just changing your jacket. It makes you look like you have some wealth. Exactly. And that's what we're aiming for. $1 up, $1 down. You take that same base and add a gray merino wool cardigan. The outfit becomes softer, more approachable, and perfect for a weekend brunch. In all three cases, the base clothes, which is the affordable t shirt and jeans, stayed the same. It was the third piece that completely transformed the context and the perceived value of the entire outfit. This is your foundational tactics. Now, as we get into finding quality pieces, you said cardigans for $3. As we start finding quality pieces, we want to keep this rule in your head because we aren't just hunting for individual items. We are hunting for powerful third pieces that will elevate your everything that you're doing on a daily basis, everything you already own. I could use a super cool, better outfit for sure. Well, all it takes is a little bit of fine tuning. Take a look at last week's show and see how to set up your super cool outfits, and take a look at the week before show on Saturdays, and take a look at how to structuralize every single outfit that you want to put on. Now, this is where you guys graduate from being a consumer to a connoisseur. This is the most critical part of the whole system. You need to learn how to identify quality with your hands and your eyes, completely separate from the brand name or the price tag. When you can do this, you can walk into a store, any store, at any price point, and find the hidden gems. So let's break it down into two parts: fabric and construction. High quality clothes are almost always made from natural fibers. They breathe better, they drape over you better, they feel better on your skin, and they age more gracefully than synthetics. Your mission is to be more of a fanatic. You want to become like a little fabric composition label observer. Like inside of every piece of clothing, you're looking for this little bitty piece of fabric. On this item, you're going to be looking for cotton, but not all cotton is created equal. You want to look for 100% cotton, and especially words like Pima or Supima. These have longer fibers, which means the fabric is smoother, stronger, and won't pill at as much as some of the other clothes. Now, cheaper cotton t-shirts feel rough and thin, and you can practically see through it if you hold it up to the light. Quality cotton tees feels substantially softer and opaque. Uh, where are we going to purchase these clothes? Michael be jumping the gun. So you're gonna probably purchase these because Michael's gonna go to an estate sale or apparently go and get it off of a dead guy at a morgue. But truth be told, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Macy's, K&G's, we were gonna be going into some of the places that you can go and buy them, and then more expensive places that you can buy them for cheaper when you're catching them on sale. Michael says cotton or wool. Well, we're going to start with 100% cotton, but when you're getting a cardigan, you can get wool. Wool was going to be the next thing we're going to be talking about. He said wool and cotton is the only choices left. When you go into the store, that's all that's in the store right now is wool and cotton. It's summertime. Is it true that all evil goes to Florida? That's not part of today's show, buddy. Now, Michael talked about wool. Wool is a miracle fiber. It's breathable, wrinkle resistant, and great at regulating temperature. For suits and blazers, it's the gold standard. For sweaters, you want to look for 100% merino wool. Merino is incredibly fine and soft, not like the itchy wool sweaters that you remember from your childhood. Another magic word is cashmere. While pure cashmere can get pretty pricey, you can find surprisingly affordable options from direct to consumer brands or even at discount stores. So when you're hunting, just feel it. Quality wool and cashmere should feel smooth, not scratchy. Your linen. This is the ultimate summer fabric. It's incredibly breathable and has the unique, slightly rumpled look that so effortlessly is seen as elegant. Look for 100% linen or linen cotton blend. Don't be scared of the wrinkles. That's part of its charm. A good linen piece will just get softer and better with every wash. Silks. I love silks and I also love satins. Convenience stores, S Smart, um, buy Woolly. Yeah, Woolly can be sold. Well, I don't know if convenience stores. Yes, polyester or polyester blends. They work, but we're gonna be getting into that a little bit later too. The polyester blends, um, different from like leather. You got to look at what you're getting it for because we're actually about to start talking about silk and satin are more reflective, but as you can see with certain materials, he said polyester is more plastic. Well, I said polyester or polyester blends, and I said you also have to pay attention to things like leather or polyester leather. Pleather is what we sometimes call it. Now, items like shirts or scarves, silk is just unbeatable. Gives you a really good look, gives you the brighter colors around the face. It has a beautiful shine and it feels incredible. You can also find silk shirts or ties in high end thrift stores for a steal. A silk cotton blend is also a fantastic, more affordable option. You said wear leather or wool only. Nah, you don't want to. You can wear leather if you're wearing leather as a jacket, but if you're wearing leather as pants, it's going to be highly uncomfortable. You're going to have a lot of sweating. It's not going to be as breathable. It's good to wear in the wintertime, but not to wear in the summertime. You can get it for a seasonal outfit. You can do leather pants and a wool shirt. You just got to get some jeans that are flexible that'll fit you, but you don't really want to do like for the sake of like an everyday attire kind of thing, do like only wool and leather. That's not going to work for you. So Walmart, TJ Maxx, tall and short guy stores. Yeah, Gangster Three Wise Men though. True, true. Now here are the villains, or at least the materials that you should be skeptical about. That's why I told you we got to take a look at this. Michael said polyester, polyester, acrylic, and rayons. These are essential plastics. While a little bit of elastin for stretch in your jeans is fine, a garment made of 100% polyester is going to feel cheap, trap heat, and hold static. Um, Acrylic is a cheap substitute for wool in sweaters, but it pills like crazy and has none of the warmth or breathability. So if you see a sweater that's a blend of a bunch of different synthetics, it's usually a red flag that can marker just cutting costs. So it's the individual company manufacturing a very low quality scenario that they just threw together. So here's a simple test. Go into your closet, find your absolute favorite items, grab the most comfortable pieces of clothes you got. Now, find the cheapest, worst feeling thing that you own. Check the label. Guarantee that your favorite is made mostly of natural fibers and the others is probably a synthetic mess. Is it ties? Do you know Trump has a tie company in China? Silk ties, handmade. I found one, keeping it. Now, if his tie is a $15 tie, I'll go buy it. If his tie is a $30 tie and it's 100% silk, I'll buy it. But if his tie is a $499 tie, like them damn Confederate flag shoes he had during the campaign, them bad boys will only be found on a corpse. And I'm gonna that's when I'm going to shop at the morgue, collect it off of his. You don't need this anymore, Mr. President, because otherwise, ain't no reason, even as a multi-millionaire, that I'm gonna spend a few $100s on a tie. I'm gonna have to trip across something like that. Second area we're gonna be talking about clues of construction. If fabric is the soul of the garment, construction is the skeleton. Now, this is going to be how you can tell if something was made with care or just rushed through a factory. You've got to turn the clothes inside out and play detective. Stitching and seams are extremely important. What you saying? I just put a wash white wool sweater. Okay, the tie would just cost between 40 and $120. It'll be less than $40. I have not in my life bought a tie for $120. Exactly, and that's where we want to avoid the static electricity. That's why you would lean more towards cashmere or like a wool cotton blend. Now, when we're looking at the stitching, look at the seams. Well, I would hope that you went and got it from the internet, Michael, because I would expect for you not to go to China to go buy you a tie. I go to the White House and buy a tie for $50, autographed with an executive order. Now, when you start looking at these seams and stitching, are the stitches tight, small, and even? You got to look at this. Gently pull on the seam. If you see light coming through or the thread looks weak, that's a bad sign. High quality pieces have a high stitch density, meaning that the seams are stronger. It's not going to tear as easily. On nice shirts, look for French seams where the raw edge of the fabric is neatly tucked away. Uh, it's the detail that shows the real craftsmanship. Look at the crotch area. I mean, you could, and once we get, because we're at the shirts, we're not even at the pants part, but the lining. A lined jacket or pair of trousers, almost always a sign of higher quality. Double stitched. Mama used to double stitch everything. A lining helps a jacket keep its shape and makes it way more comfortable. We said just understand the power of the wool. Nah, bro, that's okay. So a cheap unlined blazer can feel flimsy, but a quality lining helps the jacket slide right on over the shirt. When we get to buttons and buttonholes, you want to look at those buttons. Do they feel like cheap, thin plastic, or do they feel substantial? Better clothes often use buttons made from natural materials like horn or mother of pearl. Then check the buttonholes. Are they cleanly stitched with no frayed threads? Messy buttonholes are a dead giveaway of rushed cheap productions. Yes, silk is better. I will, or will I, better put her pants back on. Okay, go sit down, Michael. When we start talking about pattern matching, if the piece has a pattern like stripes or plaid, check if the pattern lines up at the seams, especially across the shoulders and down the sides. Matching patterns takes more fabric and more skill, so cheap manufacturers always skip it. If the stripes on the sleeves line up perfectly with the stripes on the torso, you've probably found a winner. Finishing details, you want to look for the small stuff. Are there spare buttons attached? Are the pockets real or sewn shut? Fake pockets are a huge red flag. On pants, is there extra fabric inside? The hem that would allow a tailor to let the hem out is important for those individuals that are buying small and getting big. These little details show foresight and care, and they separate quality clothing from disposable fashion. So once you start looking for these clues, you'll see them everywhere. You'll be able to spot the one well made blazer in a sea of cheap ones from 10 feet away. And this knowledge is going to be your superpower. Uh, what about a white toga? That's just a sheet. Or wear a sheet for dress attire. I mean, it only for an event that calls for it because if you feel comfortable with walking outside wearing just a sheet, then go out there and look like a Roman. I don't really care. When it comes down to you having value towards yourself, if you really think that that represents your image quite well, then make it do what it do. I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and put on a toga or a sheet to represent financial success or represent mental success. uh, does an dog look just like yours? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just left field, kind of cracking a lot of jokes. The most quality suit with an off shirt and a tie. Yeah, if you've got a really good quality suit and then a really throwed off shirt, you can mess up the whole outfit. Now, now we're not doing that either. No sheets with a hoodie. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about where to find it because Michael was asking earlier where to find it. This isn't about just wandering into the mall and hoping for the best. This is a strategic, multi level hunt. Level one is the ground game, off price retail. We were talking to you about this earlier today. I told you guys that we were going to find this stuff. Make sure that you guys, while we keep going, make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit that membership, at least like and subscribe and mash those reaction buttons. That's a good thing to do. I didn't think about swap meets, but that's actually a good call, Michael. Swap meets typically have places where name brand stuff is being sold really cheap prices. The only problem I have with swap meets. Oh, okay. See, I was thinking about the ones in person. The only problems I have with the ones in person is fighting somebody else over the clothes, where y'all could ruin the quality of the clothes by pulling back and forth on the outfit. And if you're willing to surrender the outfit to prevent from damaging the outfit, you're likely going to have an asshole come snatch something out of your hands. But if you're buying it offline, that's actually better for you because you can just get the picture while it's for sale. People do put clothes online. I have not curated all of the best places online to buy delicately used clothes directly from its former owner. I got to look that up and verify that. So On your front line of defense, which is retail stores, we're going to be talking about stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Nordstrom Rack. A lot of people will walk in, see the messy racks, get overwhelmed, and walk right back out. We can also talk about Burlington Coat Factory and its collection as well. That's going to be a huge mistake. These stores are where overstock and past season merchandise from major brands go to die. Okay. Think about that. Somewhere in that chaos is a $300 jacket marked down to $60. Your job is to find it. Let's see, you look like a big exercise. No, sir. Yeah, Burlington Coat Factory. I'm saying you go to Sears. You know what I mean? They got some places that's got some quality clothes at a really cheap price. The overflow, overstock, you can go places and pick that stuff up. You don't have to spend $500 on some shit. Your pant size about 36, 38, length 32. No, it's actually a 35 or a 34, and length is 34. Yeah, long legs for a short guy. Now, let's go off of that strategy. Go often and go early when you're trying to find these deals. The good stuff is going to go fast. The best time to go is going to be on the weekday in the morning when it's quiet and they've just put new stuff out, Monday or Tuesday morning kind of thing. Yes, you definitely should get rid of the static electricity clothes. Ironically, generating static electricity when you're wearing your clothes is not going to be good for your health because those static shocks can potentially cause circulation issues. It could give you the nice kind of shock that could trigger arrhythmia. You don't really want to deliberately get stuff that's going to electrocute yourself. Now, have a mission. Don't just browse. You'll get lost. Go in with a list. Remember, I told you guys before, as you're removing things out of your wardrobe, you want to make a list of the things that you're removing: a pair of pants, a shirt, a button-down shirt, a blazer, a sweater, a jacket, whatever it is that you're removing out of your collection. Put that down, and you got to be smart. Not threw out my favorite Batman shirt. I'm gonna go to the mall and buy me another one. No, you removed a shirt or a pair of pants or a sweater or a jacket out of your collection and you're going to replace it with something of quality. That's going to be your list. Now, in this list, you might say something like, today I'm hunting for a navy wool blazer or I'm looking for a leather pair of sneakers. This focus will help you cut through the noise. If you're telling yourself, I'm going to go buy that first pair of Oxfords, I've never owned Oxfords, I'm going to go buy a first pair of Oxfords, something like that. If that's going to be your goal, you're walking in there with a mission. You're not just window shopping. Don't waste a shock. Don't want to shock anyone with the static shock. Yeah. Now, the master racks. Learn the layout of your local store. Yeah, penny loafers, Oxfords, whatever you're trying to get. If you're getting leather shoes and then you want to get the polish for them so that you can polish them on a regular basis and keep them neat, even if you put them in your closet, you do want to kind of wipe them down once a week or so and make sure that they don't accumulate dust because when they're accumulating dust on the toe of the shoe, it actually can wear out the finish on the shoe a lot faster, which will then a shoe that's all scuffed up and scratched up and lost its shine is going to make the whole $1 million man outside just look like garbage. So you want to make sure that you get rid of that. Yeah, penny loafers are good. Uh, and actually, you're not going to have the penny in the loafers when you get them. You're just going to have the loafers, and you have to stick a penny in the loafers. and it needs to be face up for good luck. Now, after you've gotten the layout of your local store, you want to start with the premium designer section. And if and you got to see if they have one. Then you want to work your way through the store. Ignore brand names at first. Just use your hands. You want to feel the quality of the fabric from the premium items all the way down to the low quality stuff. When something feels good, you want to pull it out and give it the construction inspection. Make sure that the seams are right. Make sure that everything works the way it's supposed to go, and see what's going on. He said, "Don't dispute." I mean, I'm trying to give y'all information on how y'all can be successful and some of the entertainment that you got going on. I mean, I know you've been a long-standing buddy of mine, Code. You've been out here for a hot minute, but we got a lot of people here to try to learn something. I hope that you will help them learn something and not be so much of a caricature. Now, after we finish filling all of the quality clothes, then we want to go back and we want to start checking the clearance aisles. Um, Ego will have people avoid clearance because that's supposed to be for broke people and this, that, and the third. Don't let that bother you at all. Go look at the clearance. Check it out. Always, always, always hit the final clearance racks when you go to the store. When you go, always go to the store with money and you want to get what you can find on a clearance rack with a strict budget for yourself. This is going to be where the truly insane deals are, 80% off or whatever. Okay. He said, I just leave the tags on so I can return them. Yeah, but I mean, you're not, if you buy something, Michael, and then you tuck the tag away, it's going to be easy for the item to be returned back to the store because I mean you'll sneeze, pass away, and then this shirt will be like a week old. You can he said, share the correct information. Yes, that's what I'm asking you to do. Share the correct information. I want these people to be successful because the information that I'm giving you isn't just limited to the men. The ladies can use this to make themselves successful as well. But the key, and make sure that y'all match those reaction buttons. The key is to give you kind of a starting point on where to look and what to look for so that you can make sure that you feel uh, uh, appropriate in your outfit, in your look. That's what we're going for right now. Now, level two, step up. We're looking at the digital drops, outlets, and flash sales. This is where we're going to be going next. And this is where the hunt is going from in person to online. Think online outlet stores and flash sale sites, like Michael was talking about that swap meet. The advantage here is the search filter. You can immediately filter by the size, by the category, and by the fabric. You can literally type wool or cashmere into the search bar. This is way more efficient than digging through all of the racks. Set up alerts for brands that you know make quality stuff. And then also, don't forget European outlet stores like Yokes, YOOX. It's a massive online store based in Italy with an incredible selection of designer brands at huge discounts. Then we're going to be talking about the treasure hunt, secondhand and uh, co-signed attire. We're going to be looking at that. He said from a banker to a thrift shop, Zooland stripe show. No, a banker can actually put piece together a successful three-piece suit from going to a large number of places and collecting the appropriate items. He can get cufflinks from places is that is acceptable for his attire and get them cheaper than overpriced ones. He can get other accents like necktie chains. He can get other chains, handkerchiefs. He can get a lot of things that can accessorize his outfit. And when you put all of these accessories together on top of the shirt and pants that you select, then you can find yourself resembling $1 million without actually having to uh, spend $1 million to get there. And when you're buying accessories that blends well with all of the outfits that you have, it's not, excuse me, it's not like I'm only going to wear this when I'm wearing green, or I'm only going to wear this when I'm wearing black, or I can only wear this on Labor Day kind of thing. It's going to be, I can wear this 5, 6 days a week if I want to. I wear it on Mondays because I wear it on Mondays, regardless of what outfit I have on. That's when you have something that works well with your entire outfit. See what I'm saying? Now, this level 3 is going to be the most advanced level, and it is where you can find the absolute best deals on the highest quality clothing. And we're going to be talking true designer pieces that cost thousands new for the price of something from the mall. Online consignments. This is the best place to start. Websites like The Real Real, Grailed, and Vestair Collective are experts in authenticated pre-owned luxury goods. Grailed is the go-to for high-end menswear and streetwear. Your strategy here is going to be patience. You want to favorite items that you're interested in. Sellers often drop pieces or will accept offers. You can basically harvest the wardrobe of someone else who got bored of their beautiful, barely worn blazer before they pass away. eBay. Don't sleep on eBay. It's the wild, wild west, but there are treasures everywhere. The key is to be a savvy searcher. Instead of just searching for blazers, search for the brand and the material, like Canali 100% cashmere blazer, and only buy from sellers with excellent ratings and detailed photos. We talked about before local thrift stores. This is a true treasure hunt. It takes the most patience, but it can have the biggest payoff. Most of what you find will be junk, but even now, every time you go, you will find at least one gem. Use your new skills to test the quality of the clothes. You want to run your hand along the racks. When you feel something that's soft, substantial, wool, pull it out. Ignore the 99% polyester jacket to find the one incredible piece. They say you can sell ice to an Eskimo. Yeah, I could probably sell a TV to a blind man and a stereo system to his deaf wife, and then explain to him how to coordinate. Level 4, the direct route. Affordable luxury brands. Now, finally, there is a whole new category of brands built around our mission, offering top tier quality without the luxury price. They're usually direct to customer or DTC, which means that they cut out the middleman and the expensive retail stores. Here are going to be a few that you should know about. Um, he said the super cardinal. That's a 50 stuff, not 49. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, either way, oh, level level 50 or level 49. No, we're at level 4. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're marching our way up the ladder here. Check this out. Let's get over these stores real quick because we're halfway through. If you guys are new to the show, y'all just popped in, and y'all working your way through what we got going on, hang out. We're going to be continuing to give you guys more information, but I want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to mash those reaction buttons and hit that like button and potentially subscribe to the channel. Now, Quincy. Quincy is a game changer. I know it's been a long time since we was talking about Quincy. I'm not just still on level four. Yes, sir, you are. We're on level four because I'm giving you noobs a way to look like these or better. Requires you to start somewhere. Quincy. They make things like Mongolian cashmere sweaters. Google it. You can go grab you one. And Italian leather jackets. I love Italian hand stitched suits. And these are going to be in the same factories as big luxury brands, but they're going to sell them for a tiny fraction of the price. Their $50 cashmere sweaters is legendary. Uniqlo, which is what we talked about last week, they focus on high quality, basic, innovative fabrics and clean logo free designs that makes them a cornerstone of any smart wardrobe. Their merino wool sweaters and Oxford shirts offer incredible values. COS, owned by the same company as H&M, but it's on a completely different planet. They focus on modern, minimalist designs and quality materials. Their clothes often look way more expensive than they actually are. ASKET, that's Asket. And this brand's whole mission is the pursuit of less. They offer a single, permanent collection of essentials, the perfect t shirt, Oxford shirt, and chinos. They even show you the exact cost of materials, labor, and transport for each item. By mastering these four levels, you can create a powerful system. You build your wardrobe's foundation with reliable pieces from DTC brands and in some exciting finds from outlet stores, then you can crown the whole collection with true luxury pieces that you've hunted down on the secondhand markets. Now, you know what quality looks like, you know what it feels like. You know where to hunt for it, but all that knowledge is useless without some discipline. So to avoid ending up with a closet full of random good deals that you never actually wear, you have to follow the three non-negotiable rules for every single potential purchase. The three outfit test. Before you buy anything, I don't care how great the deal is. You have to mentally create three distinct outfits with that item using clothes that you already own. This is the ultimate test of versatility. If you can't, the item is an orphan. It might be great on its own, but it won't fit into your life. And it just ends up sitting in your closet with no tags on it. Or in some situations, it just sits in your closet with just the tags on it. Let's take that navy blazer that we found. Can it pass the test? One outfit, you have the smart and casual look. The blazer, white Oxford shirt, you already have your favorite dark jeans and brown leather loafers. Outfit number two, business casual. The blazer, a light blue dress shirt, gray wool pants, black dress shoes. Outfit three, weekend elevated. The same blazer, simple gray t shirt, beige chinos, and clean white sneakers. Already in your closet, it passes with flying colors. That blazer isn't just one item, it's a key that unlocks dozens of new combinations that is currently in your closet. Now, think about a loud patterned shirt on a clearance rack. Sure, it's a great deal, but what does it go with? Maybe one specific pair of pants. If so, it fails the test. Stick to this rule, and every new piece you buy will be a multiplier for your style. The primacy of fit, you got to really pay attention to this. Fit is everything. So I'm going to say it again. Fit is everything. Perfectly tailored $100 jackets will look infinitely better than an ill fitted $2,000 one. Okay. A great fit communicates that the garment was made just for you. That's the ultimate luxury. Here's what that would look like. As I told you last week on Saturday, the shoulder seam of the jacket or shirt has to end exactly where your natural shoulders end, right? If it's drooping down your arm, it's too big. If it's way up here, it's too short. It's got to be where your shoulder stops. This is the one thing that's almost impossible to alter. So it has to be right when you get it. Your sleeves can be too long and you can get them adjusted, but that cannot be adjusted, not easily at least. Length of sleeve and torso. A jacket sleeve should end right at your wrist bone, letting about a half an inch of your shirt cuff show. The body of the blazer should just cover your butt. I like trench coats, so I have mine going down to my feet. But that trench coat is an overcoat on top of your blazer. Your blazer should just cover your butt. Steve Harvey's got the blazers that kind of come in between your butt and your knees, right at the back of your thighs. What they call those pimp jackets. Um, Torso, you should be able to button the jacket without it pulling into a tight X pattern. You don't want a bunch of extra fabric billowing around your waist. And you want to make sure that you're looking for a clean, flattering line. If the fit isn't almost perfect, especially in the shoulder area, walk away. Doesn't matter what the brand is or how cheap it is. A bad fit will always look cheap. Number three, you want to go to the power of a neutral palette, like we were talking about at the top of the show. Look at the wardrobes of the most stylish people on earth, or at least the most stylish people that you know. They're not a chaotic explosion of colors. They're built on a sophisticated foundation of neutrality: navy, gray, charcoal, black, olive, khaki, and white. Foundation of neutral colors. Why is that? Because naturals are timeless and you can mix and match them endlessly. A natural palette automatically makes everything look more cohesive and, by default, expensive. That navy blazer can go with the gray pants, khaki chinos, or dark jeans. A bright red blazer, not so much. This doesn't mean that you can never wear color. It just means that you should build the core of your wardrobe. Your blazer, trousers, coats, and quality sweaters from this neutral palette can then be mixed with anything else of color that you would like to add to your wardrobe. You can then inject a little bit of personality with your accessories, like pocket squares or a cool pair of socks, a snazzy watch with a matching bracelet. Like I said before, tie chains, earrings for those young bucks that are getting earrings in their ears now. I Tupac had a nose ring. You can knock it out in certain ways. Whatever you want to do, flashy belts. I wouldn't get too flashy, but some people like to do a little bit flashy around the belt area. It really depends. By keeping your core pieces neutral, you maximize your options and ensure that you're always looking classic and put together. Classic doesn't have a season. Classic is a year-round style. It helps you manage your options a whole lot better, which allows for you to be in a position where you don't have to feel shunned or shamed because you put on the outfit, quote unquote, out of season. People might look at you weird if you're wearing a sweater in the summertime. As a man, they might look at you weird if you're wearing short shorts in the wintertime. But if you're dressed professionally, that's every day year round. This is the secret that very few men use. And it's the one that makes the biggest difference. You've done all the work, you've hunted down a beautiful 100% wool blazer for $80 at a thrift store. The shoulders fit perfectly, but the sleeves are a little long and it's a bit boxy in the waist. Most guys would just wear it like that. You're not. You're going to take that to a tailor for a pretty small investment, usually somewhere between 20 to $50. A good tailor can transform that off the rack find into something that looks bespoke. They can slim the waist, shorten the sleeves to show that perfect amount of cuff, and taper your trouser for a clean line. This is how you take a B plus item and turn it into an A plus plus item. Finding a good tailor is as important as finding a good mechanic. Ask your well dressed friends for recommendations or check local reviews. Once you find one, build a relationship with them. Matter of fact, not only build a relationship with them, negotiate the opportunity for referral compensations. When you refer anybody to them, that individual becoming a long-standing customer for them could potentially have you getting your items tailored for a whole lot less. And if you are valuable to your network and most people want to end up doing what you do, you could find yourself having your whole network improve their quality, build themselves up a little bit better, and you do it for a fraction of the price. Bringing an affordable, high quality piece to a tailor is the ultimate style hack. It closes the final gap between a nice jacket and a jacket that was made exclusively for you. That's a huge psychological difference. It elevates the garment and, more importantly, it elevates your confidence. It's the final crucial step to wearing real name brand quality without paying that expensive, overly expensive name brand price. Now, most guys think I can't afford quality because they only think about the front of the mall and full price websites. The truth is that you probably can't afford the mall markup, but you absolutely can afford the quality if you change where you hunt. So, in the first two guys that we had talked to you guys about last Saturday and the Saturday before, I told you to hit those thrift stores, basic brands, and clearance racks. And that was the foundation. Tonight is about the advanced routes, places where higher end and name brand gear quietly gets dumped for cheap. So let's go ahead and talk about the off price stores in the city, flash sales, and outlet websites, and then some hand designer platforms. We're going to go through some of these. All three plug straight into that third piece rule. We have some more off price department stores that we didn't talk about earlier today because we did talk about Burlington Coat Factory and Marshalls, but there's also Ross. There's some other similar spots just like that. These stores will buy the overstock and past season pieces from bigger brands and then sell them for a fraction of the original price. Translation: last year's $200 jacket can be sitting on the rack for a $60 to $80 price right next to random fast fashion junk. So here's your mission. You're going to walk in, go straight to blazers and sport coats, bomber jackets, Harringtons, and casual jackets, leather or leather look minimalist sneakers, I would go for leather, but if you get leather look, minimalist sneakers, and classic dress shoes, you're there. Ignore completely huge logos slammed across the chest. Ignore completely um, loud prints and wild colors. Anything outside your neutral palette of navy, gray, black, camel, olive, just don't go there. Remember our pillars: fit, neutral colors, timeless silhouette. You're not there to flex a giant logo. You are there to find a well cut navy blazer or a bomber jacket that just happens to have a nice brand tag on the inside for the price of a no name hoodie. Tie it back to that third piece rule: $10 tee plus a $30 dark pair of jeans. Third piece, $60 brand bomber jacket that you found at an off price store. Total investment still under budget. Visual impact: this guy's going somewhere. Level two is going to be that flash sale, outlet websites. These are like outlet malls, real brands, limited time, heavy discounts. Think sites that run short window sales on menswear, blazers, shoes, knitwear, often 30 to 60% off. Here's how you play this game without going broke. You're going to love this, guys. Create a free account. First, before we go to this part, I just want to tell you guys, because I talked about this about a year or two ago. When you start attaching an email to something that is not 100% important to your day to day life, you want to have a business email for business stuff. You want to have a personal email for friends and family and direct talking to you kind of stuff. You want to have an email for bullshit. If you're a gamer, you want to have an email for gaming. You want to have a separate email. For your personal email can be the email attached to your cell phone. That's fine. But if it's not, you want to have a separate email that's attached to your cell phone. For this particular venture, you want to have an email just for this. Why? Because you're about to create a bunch of free accounts on these flash sale or outlets websites, and they're going to bombard you with advertisement. What you're going to do is you're going to select alerts for specific categories only: men's blazers, dress shoes, loafers, knitwear, sweaters. When a sale hits your inbox, you're going to filter by your size first, then filter by neutral colors: navy, gray, black, and camel. Check the original MSRP so that you know that the discount is real and not just them hiking up the price and then slapping a discount on it so that you pay regular price while feeling like you got it on a steal. People do that. The goal is simple: you're not browsing for fun, you are waiting patiently for the right third piece to drop into the price range that you're looking for. This cardigan was retailed about $200. You wait for a flash sale, filtered by your size, filtered by your color, pick it up for under $100. That same cardigan can be your third piece over t-shirts, polos, and dress shirts all winter long. And in the fall and in the spring, that same cardigan can be worn outside of your polo shirt, tied around your neck, almost like a scarf, giving you that members only club look for the golf course. Again, you have to plug it into the formula: T plus jeans plus flash sale cardigans. That's what you're paying attention to. OCD D plus, chinos plus, flash sale sport coat. That's a good outfit. Same rule applies: fit and neutrality first, brand name second. Level three, for guys who want quiet luxury without quiet luxury money. I'm talking secondhand designers. I told you before, platforms like Grailed, The Real Real, Vestari Collective, Vinted, and even eBay if you're patient. This is where you can grab higher end navy blazers in real wool, Goodyear welted leather shoes or loafers, cashmere or merino sweaters that feel and drape on another level. And here's going to be the advanced filter system. Category filters such as sport coats, blazers, knitwear, sweaters, dress shoes, loafers. Size filter lock in your exact chest, waist, and shoe size. No guessing. Get you a tape measure, measure yourself. I know you ain't been measured since you was a child. Measure yourself. Get your exact measurement. Matter of fact, you got a tailor. Have your tailor tell you what your size is. Anything above your measurements, depending on what you're getting, can be altered down by the tailor, but you don't want to get anything too small. It's okay if it's a little baggy. It's not okay if it's too small. Okay. But then you want to grab your color filters. Again, I'm telling you, stick to navy, gray, black, and camel to start with. You start feeling a little iffy about getting your personality off the ground. You might want to peekaboo on some different colors like salmon red, lime green, yellow, whatever. As long as you can match that up with three outfits, it's okay to grab it, but you want to make sure that you have a decent collection of neutral colors before you start accenting your portfolio with non-neutral colors. These are going to plug directly into your wardrobe. You must set a price ceiling on these notifications. Decide the max that you're willing to spend and set the filter so that you're not even seeing the temptation above your budget. You don't want to look at any items that are above the threshold of what you're willing to pay for it. Because again, this is going to be a situation where you're not negotiating price with the seller. You're buying it for the price that they want to sell it for. So you only want to look at items that are inside of a price that you're willing to pay for. This blazer might have been around $400 new if you found one, but on a resale site, you can grab it for about 120 bucks because some other guy paid full price, wore it twice, and then moved on from it. I'm not buying his lifestyle. I'm harvesting his bad attention span. This is going to make you successful. You take that blazer, plug it into your attire, white tee plus dark jeans plus that blazer. Outfit number one, light blue dress shirt plus gray chinos plus that same blazer. Outfit number two, white dress shirt plus wool trousers plus designer blazer. Outfit number three, same third piece rule we've been talking about all night with higher quality third piece attachment. Now, here's where most guys, again, will mess up. They hear whatever the name brand is, and their brains shuts off. They buy the label, not the garment. We're not doing that here. The rule from the 30-day wardrobe show that we talked about last week still applies. The three outfit rule still applies. Before you buy any discounted brand piece, off price, flash sale, or second hand items, you must be able to build three outfits with it using clothes that you already own. Okay? Example, you're holding a discounted navy blazer from a recognizable brand. You ask yourself in your head, can I wear this with white tee and a dark jeans? Can I wear it with an OCBD and chinos for work? Can I wear it with a dress shirt or wool trousers for a more serious event? And if you can't get three clear yeses, doesn't matter how big the discount is, how popular the brand is, or how good it fits on you. It is not a good deal. It is a distraction. A label on the inside is optional. The ability to plug it into three clean looks is mandatory. So let's pull it all together. You already know how to build a sharp outfit on a budget. You focus on fit, you stick to neutral colors, you choose timeless pieces over trends, The third piece rule takes that base and adds instant polish. These advanced sources, off price stores, flash sale sites, and secondhand platforms let you upgrade the third piece to real name brand or designer quality without paying that retail price. So now your formulas look like this: $10 tee, $30 dark jeans, $60 off price bomber jacket, $25 OCBD, $40 chinos, $90 flash sale blazer, $20 polo, $30 tailored shirt or tailored shorts, and then a $70 secondhand overshirt. Same third piece rule, same budget mindset, just smarter sources. And with each one of these, you're about $120 to $150. Not a lot. This hidden system is a 4-step process that puts you back in control of your style and your wallet. So first you stop looking at the price tags and you start becoming an expert in what really matters: quality fabrics and solid construction. Second, you stop wandering aimlessly through the mall and start strategically hunting, scouring everything from off price stores to the market secondhand that you did not used to look at from before. Third, you get disciplined. You apply those non negotiables to every purchase: the third outfit test, a perfect fit, and the power of the neutral palette. Finally, you add the master touch. You use a tailor to give your affordable finish a bespoke finish, and that will make them look priceless. This is going to be your system. It's not about spending more, it's about being smarter. It's about knowing that true style isn't bought, it is built. And if you remember, as you're curating your closet, you can supplement your budget by selling the clothes that you no longer are interested in wearing and then applying that difference to the clothes that you're interested in buying, which ultimately reduces the quantity of cost that you're going to be spending on a lot of your outfits. This is going to be built on knowledge, on patience, and on refusing to believe the lie that quality is a luxury only for the rich. Now, the vault is picked wide open. The key is going to be yours to utilize. If you found this helpful, make sure that you subscribe for more videos just like this one. And I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments which secret that you're going to try first. Are you going to become a fabric detective, or are you ready to go on your first secondhand treasure hunt? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, I'm going to start by telling you guys on our way out, ladies, as long as the situation doesn't make sense, I'm going to keep asking y'all to make it make sense. So, ladies, please make it make sense. Fellas, I provide y'all with this information to help y'all become higher value men. It requires you to take the things in your life that are inside of your control that you don't like and put forth the effort to change them. As you improve your life, you'll find yourself more capable of navigating around the things that are outside of your control. Ladies, while this is a male-driven podcast from the male's perspective, you too can take all the information I gave to you today and make yourselves higher value women. It, again, puts some responsibility on you, first-person accountability, for you to find your 20-year plan, reverse engineer it all the way down to the first steps, and then start proactively applying yourself to achieve that goal. Along the way, keep your eyes and ears open, and you might be able to find a potential suitor that meshes with your 20-year goals, and then y'all can work together to achieve those goals a lot faster. 20-year goals turn into 10-year goals when two people are working together. With that being said, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming to This and That. I'm your host, Xander, where we talk about this, that, and everything in between, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.
That's my personal command.